Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do a little bit of a different video today. Normally on this channel, like 99% of this channel is all about lightsabers. It's all about, 98% of that is commissions that I do, and then sprinkled in everywhere, every so often, will be something I do for myself, but it's still lightsaber related, right? But today I wanted to talk about helmets because helmets is something that I've been getting into lately, printing them and finish them off. And, you know, the very first helmet I got was this Black Series Boba Fett helmet, which is pretty cool, right? I got it, probably about 4 years ago or so. I still have it, obviously, right? Because it's here. But it's a very cool helmet. It fits good. I can fit my big dome in there. It looks cool. And there's nothing wrong with this. It's actually one of my favorite pieces. It stays up on, that hanger right over there. There's a lot of empty hangers because I have them all laid out around me. But I was looking for something a little bit more when I started seeing people make their own. So I'm going to put this off to the side for a second. The very first helmet that I got that somebody made that I knew, right, was this Mandalorian helmet from my guy Phil Guinness over at Caluminium Customs. He printed this and finished it off for me. It doesn't have any padding inside of it because I don't wear these too often. They just stay on my wall. But this was an amazing piece. I bought a lot of stuff from Phil over the years. Some brass and copper and aluminum switches that he makes are really cool. All of my Star Killer pommels that he machines, I buy them from him because I really enjoy the way that he makes them. I think I've even bought a Star Killer from him, although nowadays I tend to make my own. But if you're in the market for a Star Killer, he does some really good SKs, right? But this came from him, and it's very cool. All right. This is one of my treasured pieces as well, and it stays right up there next to that Mandalorian picture right there in the background, right? So this is probably in the background of every single one of my demo videos. This is really cool. So I've had this, and then the next one that got printed from someone I knew was my buddy JR over at Acolyte Armory. Printed this guy for me. And this is very cool too. I've never got around to actually finishing it though. I've had this for a couple years. Didn't know anything about finishing helmets at the time when I got this from him. And then now that I know about finishing helmets, I still don't know if I want to do it because there's so much going on this guy. Maybe one day, I will figure out what I want to do there because I do want to kind of paint this up. This looks like it's from a skull or it's made out of a skull, so I'd want that kind of a look. But this is really cool too, right? So my buddy JR used to do saber installs, and now I think he just does helmets, right? So this was a pretty cool thing. So I got this from him. This is another treasured collection of mine, so this doesn't go anywhere. This goes on a far wall that you guys never see. But I got this and sat around for a long time and always wanted to print my own. But the printers I've had for the longest that you can see right behind me over here, over here, it is so hard to point behind you to certain things because it's all opposite of what you're doing on camera when you're watching yourself. But these printers over here are the three that I've had for the longest, and they're Ender 3 Pros. I use them for chassis designing and printing, or chassis printing rather. They're perfect for that, for lightsaber stuff. They're outstanding machines, but they're not good in my mind for helmets because I'm not patient enough to, take a helmet like this and print it off. I mean, I'd have to print it off in maybe 8 pieces or however many pieces and then glue them together. That just wasn't something that I ever wanted to do. It sounded like a pain in the ass, right? So printing helmets for me didn't seem like it was going to be an option. But then this printer right here in the corner, right there, this guy, this is the Neptune 3 Max. I bought this a couple months ago. Me and a couple of buddies of mine bought it all at the same time, right? So Jesse from Kyberphonic bought one, and my buddy Cole Weathers bought one, and then I bought one too. And this was the printer that I bought that I promised myself, you know, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to have a good time with it, not do anything saber related, but just do some personal things and just try to have some fun, right? So the first thing that I made from it, which I was super stoked about, was this Moff Gideon helmet right here. So spent a long time, or I printed this, but it has a lot of greeblies on it that need to be printed separately. So in hindsight, like my buddy JR told me, I could have probably printed these on my resin printer, these greeblies, because I do have an, what do I have? I've got like a Mars Pro over there or something, but it would have handled these. But I went ahead and I printed all of these on the Neptune because I wanted to run it through, you know, and try to get familiar with the printer. And then also I'm stubborn, so I do things my own way. And you know, so I printed this helmet in one go. It prints a helmet in one go very easily. But then I printed all of these greeblies, you know, the earpieces, and then all these horns, and then put it all together. And this was my first foray into actually sanding and finishing a helmet. And I watched people like I'm gonna look them up on my phone real quick, so I don't butcher their names. One guy for sure that I watched was Darkwing Dad. He has a lot of excellent tutorials on finishing helmets. Another person that I watch a lot was Bolt Fox on YouTube. So all these people on YouTube, right? Darkwing Dad, Bolt Fox, and also Frankly Built. So between those three people on YouTube, I learned pretty much everything I needed in order to finish this. So huge props to those guys. I'll probably never even see this video, right? But huge props to those two guys and that girl because they have some excellent tutorials and just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to finishing props. As you can see, this is kind of a fingerprint magnet. I've got about 6 or 7 coats of 2K clear on this. I really wanted it shiny, and I didn't want any print lines showing, and I feel like, you know, I accomplished that pretty good here. But this is something I'm super proud of. I do have some padding in here, but this is like some generic helmet padding from Amazon, just enough to where, you know, I can put my head in there and it sits firmly on my head and it's not uncomfortable, right? Let me take my glasses off real quick. So this fits perfect. And this was an absolute joy to make. So after I made this, I kind of caught the bug, right? Let me put my hat on real quick. So that's one I've got that I made. And then I printed out this Praetorian Guard, which was really cool to do. This fits well on my head as well. Normally what I'm finding myself doing is I take any helmet STL and I scale it up to 105%, and that tends to fit my head perfectly no matter who made the STL. So, and also, I mean, to be clear, I'm not making these models. I'm getting them from different people off of Etsy or off of Instagram is where I get all of these, right? So, but yeah, I printed off this Praetorian Guard. I still have to lock down the visor material. I need to find a safe way to bend that to the helmet. I haven't done that yet. But as far as finishing that off and painting it up, it's showing a little bit yellow on the camera, but it is just a bright red in person. And this came out really nice. So this is another one that I made, and that was cool. And then after I printed that one, I printed this one. This, I believe, was from Hex 3D off his Patreon. This is kind of like, someone described it as like a Sugar Skull Stormtrooper, which kind of looks like that, but it's just like some paisley designs. I haven't obviously done anything with this yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I might just, you know, give it a light sanding and then go over it with some silver rub and buff so I bring out all of these designs. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm just going to sit on this. I'm not in a hurry to finish it. It will come to me how I want to do it. And of course I got to clean that up a little bit. So the 2 places here and the 1 place back here that was really sitting on the print bed just needs a little bit of sanding, but not too bad. But this fits really well. So that was another one that I made. And then this last one that I made, I just finished it up yesterday. was this guy right here. And this is just like the Mandalorian helmet, but made from like it's made to look like it's from bone, right? So that's how I tried to paint that and weather it. I painted it, I primed, sanded it, primed it, painted it in like a matte clamshell color, and then give it like a black, an acrylic black wash. And then once I was happy with the black wash, I went through and I sealed it with a matte clear coat, right? So that's another one that I did. Super stoked about that. And I've just been really enjoying doing these in my spare time. I was printing a Moff Gideon armor set. I got about 90% done with that. I feel like I just kind of lost interest in it because I more enjoy doing the helmets and then hanging them on my wall and just looking at them from day to day is where I'm having the most fun, right? So, but I just wanted to show off my helmet collection and what I've been doing, and maybe get some of you guys motivated to print your own helmets. They are very easy. That is an excellent machine back there. It pretty much does everything for you. It has auto leveling. If you look at the Neptune 3 Max, it's a very easy machine to use, especially compared to the Ender 3 Pros, where those machines are very good machines too, but you really had to dive into 3D printing and getting to know them. I've on all three of those printers, I've completely broken them down a few times, changed parts, put upgrades on, found different ways to level the bed and then hold it in place. I mean, those things are a true DIY tool. So if you're going to buy an Ender 3 Pro, you're going to get in there and you're going to learn that machine. You're almost going to have to do it if you want your prints to come out right. The Neptune 3 Max is something that can spoil you, or if you're new to 3D printing, it's a very cool machine to get because you don't need to necessarily get in and do all that. You follow a few quick instructions that it comes with and you're off to the races, right? But anyway, yeah, that is my helmet collection that I've made. I've got a few on the wall that I haven't made. That white Stormtrooper back there that you see hanging up, I think that's a Black Series, and then I got a couple Predator masks hanging up on the wall. Those are something that I got from eBay. So, and those weren't 3D printed. I'm not exactly sure how they were made. I think they're ceramic. But anyway, just want to do this quick video to show you some helmets that I've been doing, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.